As a youngster, I went to public schools, which I think gave me a broad background of working with very different people. I really enjoyed it. I think my parents were not scientists, but they were very supportive parents, encouraged a lot of independent investigation, and encouraged me to do things well, and be good at school.
So they gone to college? Were they scientists?
They had both gone to college. Neither were scientists. One was an accountant, and my father was a Coast Guardsman, and his degree was in meteorology, a pilot. I liked it very much, but it wasn't until 7th grade when I really got hooked on biology. I had two very good teachers who took us on field trips on boats, and we camped out on the beach and studied Indian mounds, and I was hooked after that. At that time, I thought I wanted to be a science teacher, and I am, in a way, and they encouraged me to keep going to school, though, and see how far I could go as a science teacher. I enjoy it very much. I think that's what makes every day unusual for us in a university situation, is interacting with the young people. They really have a lot of vitality and new ideas that without them we would suffer the loss of. I think in biology, all you have to do is be observant, because there are so many things we don't know about biology that it's very easy to ask a very good question. So it is true in physics, because you have to have the basis to build on, and that's a very large basis, heavily based in math. But in biology, you just have to want to be a biologist. I think I am a lifelong student. Many people are, but this profession requires that you're a lifelong student. So I read most every night, and I read and learn, and I try to keep my learning active. I guess I must have been interested in science at 7th grade, as I told you, but what really got me interested in the research angle is a trip I took, or a summer internship I took in between my junior and senior year of high school at the University of Florida. It was one of these summer research programs where you bring the students on campus. We lived on campus. We were with other people who like science too, which was unusual. Like you say, not all people like science, but when you're all together and you all like science, it was kind of a nucleus forming. So that really set the stage, and also endeared me to large agricultural universities, which University of Florida is. Well, I wanted to be a veterinarian first. When I was 11, I decided I would be a veterinarian, and then when I fell in love with science, I decided I wanted to do both. And I am a veterinarian, and I am a scientist now, and a teacher. So what my purpose is to understand how molecules work in animals, and how using drugs can help animals in affecting those pathways. Well, I teach at the university, and I teach laboratory classes primarily, both for undergraduates and graduates, and I teach very specialized didactic classes, lecture classes, about molecular endocrinology, which is my most defined field. But I also do outreach. I do outreach in public schools, primarily middle schools. I give lectures on use of common drugs, caffeine, tobacco, what's real about it, what are problems with that, and what are consequences, what it does to their body. I think one of our problems as scientists is we are not presented well in the media, and we tend to get excited about things in our own lab, maybe a little too much, and not share, and especially not share with young people. We can't forget the young people, because they're going to be our future scientists. So when I go out to schools, I see how excited they are about science. And there are some who maybe are not as excited, but if I bring a tissue sample, say a lung of a rat, their first reaction is to withdraw, but the second reaction is always to go towards it and feel it and get excited about its structure and its function. In my free time, I spend it with my children, my family. I have horses, dogs. I play polo. Lots of things. I play volleyball, all sports. Words of wisdom, I think do well in school, try hard in the basics of school, because the basics of math and English will serve you for the rest of your life.